The man never saw it coming. One moment he was walking calmly through the arrival gate at LAX, and the next, he was on the ground. A 90-pound German Shepherd, part of the airport's K9 security unit, had tackled him with brutal efficiency. Passengers gasped. A mother shielded her child. Phones were raised. It all happened in seconds, yet the sound of the growl and the thud of his body hitting the tiles lingered far longer in people's minds. Within moments, TSA officers flooded the area. The dog, though restrained, kept lunging toward the man's coat pocket. The man himself, stunned but not resisting, seemed more confused than frightened. One officer, kneeling beside him, reached into the coat as the dog barked ferociously. What emerged was a bundle wrapped in layers of charred, blackened cloth. A collective hush swept through the crowd. Something was wrong. Disturbingly wrong. And it wasn't about drugs or explosives. It was something much heavier. Much more human. If you believe in second chances, kindness, or the incredible intuition of animals, please like this video, share it with someone who needs a little hope today, and subscribe to our channel, Pawsitive Tales. Your support helps us bring these powerful stories to light. Leave a comment if you've ever seen an animal do something beyond belief. His name was Liam Monroe. 42. Slender, pale, dressed in a faded denim jacket and a worn pair of jeans. Nothing about him suggested danger. No suitcase. No phone. Just a small duffel bag slung over his shoulder and a haunted look in his eyes. He'd flown in from Boston that morning. Nobody was waiting for him. Nobody knew he was coming. The world had long since stopped checking on Liam Monroe. Once, not too long ago, he was a firefighter. A good one. Brave, sharp, fast on his feet. He'd won commendations. Saved lives. Led evacuations. His name was written on plaques in his hometown of Providence. But all it took was one night to take everything away. A 4-alarm fire. A child trapped inside. Liam reached the second floor, smoke and heat choking the air, visibility zero. He heard her cry. Saw her small arm reaching out from beneath the door. He reached back. But the floor collapsed. His team pulled him out, alive but broken. The little girl Ivy, just 5 years old, didn't make it. For months, Liam couldn't sleep. Couldn't eat. The sounds, the flames, the memory of her arm reaching out, it replayed endlessly. He withdrew from everyone. He drank. Then drank more. His wife tried to help him. She begged him to get therapy, to talk, to try. But Liam couldn't forgive himself. Not even when she left, taking their 2 kids with her. Not even when his captain asked him to take a break. Not even when that break became permanent. He wandered after that. City to city. Shelter to shelter. Sometimes working odd jobs. Sometimes disappearing for weeks. But always carrying that same bundle in his coat pocket. A piece of Ivy's dress, the only thing pulled from the wreckage of that fire. A small, scorched fragment, still smelling faintly of smoke. He had wrapped it tightly in black cloth, as if protecting it from the world. But the truth was, it was the world he was trying to protect himself from. That morning, Liam had come to Los Angeles not to visit, not to reconnect, but to say goodbye. He had chosen this airport because it was far from anyone he knew. Anonymous. Efficient. A place where people came and went without question. In his pocket, alongside Ivy's dress, was a letter. It was short. Apologetic. Final. But then came Hunter. Hunter was 7 years old. A seasoned German Shepherd, trained in narcotics, explosives, and behavioral detection. He had worked with TSA and law enforcement for years. His handler, Officer Rhea Walker, trusted him with her life. Hunter had a record of perfect alerts. But that morning, as Liam passed through the arrival gate, something else triggered Hunter. It wasn't scent. It wasn't movement. It was energy. A stillness that reeked of sorrow. A quietness too heavy for a man walking through a place meant for reunions and beginnings. Hunter didn't bark. He launched. When security found the bundle and the note, protocols were paused. Walker read the letter twice. Then again. It wasn't a manifesto. It wasn't angry. It was tired. Written in slanted, fading ink, it simply said, "To whoever finds this, I'm sorry. I couldn't carry it anymore. I tried. Please tell Ivy I'm so sorry." Walker made a decision. She ordered the team to remove Liam from public view but not arrest him. Instead, she had him placed in the airport's emergency medical evaluation room and requested a crisis counselor. Liam didn't resist. He didn't speak. But when Hunter was brought in, everything changed. Liam looked up, barely able to lift his head. Hunter walked over slowly. Gently. No commands needed. He placed his head in Liam's lap. And for the first time in years, Liam cried. Not the angry, drunk tears of lonely nights. But the raw, gutted sobs of someone who'd buried a mountain of pain too deep for words. Over the next 72 hours, something remarkable happened. Liam, though broken, began to talk. He told the counselor everything. About the fire. About Ivy. About the guilt. About the dress. About how he had carried her with him, always, because letting go felt like betrayal. He spoke of how he thought about ending it dozens of times, but that morning had felt different. Final. But Hunter, he said, Hunter knew. That dog looked straight into me, he said. And it was like he saw what I was about to do. Like he stopped me. Officer Walker visited daily. She brought Hunter each time. Not as part of the job, but because Hunter refused to leave the unit without looking for Liam first. They sat together, the three of them, in silence at times. At others, sharing stories. Slowly, Liam's eyes changed. His shoulders straightened. He began eating. Showering. Sleeping. Within 2 weeks, Liam was enrolled in a trauma recovery program for first responders. Walker wrote a personal letter of recommendation. Hunter, now semi-retired, was allowed to visit him weekly. Liam called him my guardian in fur. Months passed. Liam started volunteering at the K9 training center. Cleaning at first. Then helping with feeding. Then walking the dogs. His hands, once trembling from trauma, grew steady again. He laughed. Not often, but genuinely. He even spoke at a firefighter support event, sharing his story for the first time publicly. People wept. Not out of pity, but recognition. So many in that room had their own Ivy. 1 year after the airport incident, Liam stood on stage at an animal-assisted therapy conference. He wore a crisp navy button-up shirt, khaki pants, and a ribbon of recognition around his neck. Hunter sat loyally at his feet. Liam told the story again. This time with strength. I came to this city to disappear, he said. But a dog named Hunter refused to let me. He didn't just save me. He reminded me that grief is not meant to be carried alone. That sometimes, when humans look away, animals lean in. Liam now works full-time as a peer support counselor for emergency responders. He volunteers at shelters and trains dogs for emotional support roles. His relationship with his children has begun to heal. And every year, on the anniversary of the fire, he visits Ivy's family. Not to apologize anymore. But to honor her. To show that even in loss, life can begin again. If this story touched your heart, if you felt a tear, a chill, or even just a small spark of belief, please like this video, share it with someone who might be struggling, and subscribe to Pawsitive Tales. Stories like these are not just heard, they're felt. Speech balloon special comment request: has an animal ever sensed your pain before you could speak it? Share your story in the comments. You never know who you might help by telling it. Thank you for watching. This was a Pawsitive tale.